Legend of War here, and today we've got a rating your Doomstack video where we've got a different take on the weapons team Doomstack, where instead of rattling guns and Giselles, we've got Deathglow Bombardiers and Poison Wind Globadiers. Apart from that, the setup is pretty similar. Instead of 4 Plague Claw catapults, it's got 3. I usually only get 1 Poison Wind mortars, but he's got 2 of those. Anyway, let's just see how it goes. So he's up against 2 armies of Karak. And a normal weapons team army would probably have destroyed this pretty easily as long as we get rid of the artillery using Menace Blows. So you're definitely going to want more of those to get rid of them. Organ guns there. The flame cannons aren't that big of a concern because they're fairly short range. You can use your artillery to get rid of them. But the cannons and grudge throwers will need to be taken out with Menace Blows. Alright, let's... Oh wow, look at the difference that made. Bounce of power. Anyway, let's just see how it goes. So yeah, the big thing to compare this one to is it or is it not better than a regular weapons team Doomstack, as in rattling guns and Giselles? So this could be particularly useful if you don't have the Clan Scryer DLC, if it's actually good. I guess the big thing I'm going to be looking at here is how difficult is it going to be to actually use these units? Because like the rattling guns and Giselles, you just set them and forget them for the most part, you just let them do their own thing. But because these guys have short range, when they're actually getting close to us, it's usually a bit of a panic point by then. But we'll see how we go. Alright, so pick a good spot. This is a good map for it, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go ham and just go sit over here. See how it goes. What battle difficulty is it on? Yep, very hard, that's good. Oh, it's on legendary, so yeah. Alright, a bit of an uneven number between Deathglow Bombardiers and Poison Wind Globadiers, which I'm okay with, because the Deathglow Bombardiers they don't have the damage over time, whereas these ones here do, and that's primarily how they do damage, so you don't really want too many of them because it doesn't stack. So, 94 range as opposed to... Okay, both... This is another thing, they've both got short range. I don't know about this. Alright, maybe if we go one line... Hang on, let me go about this differently. And I'll mix in the Poison Wind Globadiers with the Bombardiers. So if you have a look here, there's a Poison one, there's Poison one. So that they're firing at different targets. Oops. I think I'll move back a little bit. Oh, I pooped it. Okay, I'll have to do it again. Yeah, so we're going to move back. So one of the things with this sort of Doomstack here, because it's a bit different to what I usually use, I got to try to get used to it like quite quickly. Alright, so we've only got 3 Plague Priests here. It's fine if you want a Warlock Master, they're pretty good. I do prefer Plague Priest, but this isn't a bad choice. Okay. Alright, let's get into position over here. Didn't really need to have them turn around like that, because we should have plenty of time. But I suppose one of the big benefits to moving back is it buys more time for their artillery to get separated from their main army. Shouldn't need to put them in a specific order again. That's only for deployment. Okay, everybody go into guard mode. Make sure these guys here are just at the edge of their range here. Okay, so try to get their artillery to shoot at this guy. I guess being on the Doom Flayer is quite good if there's enemy artillery, because you can move them up fairly quickly to deal with this. Also, the guy said this is specifically an anti-dwarf army. Which I wouldn't... I mean, since the Skaven have such a good anti-everything army, you wouldn't really need to specialize your armies for one particular race. Especially one particular race that you happen to already be very good at. So, we'll see how we go. They don't seem to really care. This might make them care. We've also got a Doom Rocket, but I'm not going to use the Doom Rocket in this battle. Even if we're losing. We're here to test out the Doomstack. Alright, that's what we want to see. Shoot at us. Yep. That's it. get them separated so that when we pop down the menace below, it doesn't chicken shit out straight away. And it can actually finish off the artillery, because it needs a good minute or two. That's it. The whole point of this is just so they're shooting so they can't move. That's it. As soon as I pop down a menace below, they're going to go back there to try to stop it. Okay, just be careful on the amount of ammo that we use up. Alright, I don't think we're going to get a better opportunity than this now. Man, a nuke over there would be so good. Okay, I think he's done his job. Let's move back over here. Hold your fire for a bit. Don't want to waste it too much on an already damaged unit. Same thing with you. Just hold back a little bit. Alright, and we'll see how the Globadiers managed to finish off units. Now, if we had a regular army, regular weapons team army, they'd already have started shooting at this. It'd be gone by now. It's alright. It's alright. Good. That's one piece of artillery gone. And a little bit of a concern there with the grumbling guard, but we'll see how we go. Okay, using a bit too much ammo there. Just hold back. We'll just use a actually, the Plague Priest himself should be able to handle that. Put them back on fire at will in a moment. Just got to get rid of that one annoying Slayer. Okay, cool. Put them back on fire at will. Okay, as they start to get in close, we want to pop these down to slow them down even further. Yeah, we're doing magic damage to them with that stuff, so pop that down. It's not the best. And yeah, take out the artillery here, specifically the organ guns. Actually, this one here is not even really moving. These ones here aren't moving, that one is. But still, take out the organ guns, because there's a lot of bounce of power there. So that would just make it a lot easier to get the army losses and finish them off. Since I'm not going to use this on them. So the Jezzails would have been shooting by now. And now they would probably be in range of the Rattling guns. No point sending in any menace belows just yet. I mean, Vermintides. Gotta wait until they get a bit closer. Alright, let's start popping them down now. Okay, all of them are on fire at will. Yep, okay, here we go. Now, I think another problem with this is that they will do way more friendly fire to our own units than Rattling guns and Jezzails will. See, that unit already broke. Alright, looks like we took some guys out over there. Take some more out. Okay, let's get some arcane conduits going. Need some more menace belows, please. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is going to be the Slayers, just because the other units we can break. Oh, also, they're not good against single entities. Like, how are we gonna deal with that? Like, Rattling guns would have just killed Thorgrim by now. And we don't outrange these units. Oh, they're not firing well. Okay, do it now. Actually, no. We want to shoot into this. Yeah. That's way better. Good thing we saved up some ammo. Alright, pop it down over there again. I guess they're okay at taking out Thorgrim. Definitely not as good as Rattling Guns and Jezzails. They'd be dead by now if it was them here. Okay, they're almost in range over there. The first army's been pretty much destroyed. A lot of the heavy lifting is being done by the artillery and the poison wind mortars, not so much by the bombardiers. So far so good, I think. Just about out of ammo there. I don't think the army loss penalty is too far off. Don't need to pop down another arcane conduit just yet. So yeah, how are we gonna deal with... Well, there's the army losses. But yeah, it doesn't do very much damage to them. So, like, it worked. It definitely worked, but I really didn't rely very heavily on these units at all. So... It was just relying very heavily on the artillery here. These are the guys that did all the damage. Especially, yeah, if we have a look here. 30,000 damage. Yeah, see, these got more kills, but the poison wind mortars actually did more damage. Yeah. We have a look over here. 15,000. 20,000. Like, these ones did alright. They did alright. They just weren't particularly good against single entities. The the poison wind ones did... They were just less effective. Right. So, do I think this is better than a regular weapons team army? No, not even close. Not even close. The range is what kills them there. The missile attack of these units is definitely a lot stronger, but when you take into consideration the range of the Rattling Guns and Jezzails, they're firing throughout most of the battle, and these guys here ended the battle without that much ammo having been used up. And also, yeah, dwarves are just naturally really easy for Skaven to deal with if you've actually got a decent army. So I don't know why you just don't need to do this. The only reason that you would do it is if you literally don't have the DLC. That's about it. If you don't have the DLC, then I guess it's fine. But I don't think I would ever pick like this army over Rattling Guns and Jezzails. They're just a lot more versatile. The extra range really does make a big difference. Also, they do a lot... Oh, that's another thing to take into consideration, how much friendly fire damage was being done. So, where was that army? Let's have a little look at it, and just have a look at the cost, comparatively speaking.
Chief Warlock,
Just finding that army. There's got some other armies. So yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I like to see. Apart from, I usually use a plague priest, but yeah, that's the exact Doomstack that I usually use. Nice. Alright, just gotta find it. It's out there somewhere. There, this is the one that we used. Okay. Okay. So, let me just go into encamp stands here and check the cost difference between a Deathglow Bombardier and like a Rattling Gun. So, Deathglow Bombardier in this particular army, 428. And Rattling Gun, where are you? There you are. So, Rattling Guns are actually cheaper. And if we look at Poison... Well, the Poison Wind Globadiers are definitely cheaper than Jezzails. Yeah. Yeah, look, if I was to rate the regular Doomstack that I use for weapons teams a 9 out of 10, I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. Like, it's good, as long as the enemy don't have that much long-range stuff, I guess. or too many single entities. I think that this army would really heavily struggle against single entities. Like, it took a lot of firepower to bring down Thorgrim, and if it was a weapons team army, like, so these are weapons teams, the other weapons teams, they would have killed him before he got a lot closer. He would have been way further out before he got shredded. I just think they're a lot more reliable. But yeah, it's still good. It's still good. And if you don't have the DLC, I would recommend getting this. Don't know if I would go. I guess if you're going with this kind of build out, 2 poison wind mortars does make more sense than just 1. Because usually I just use the 1 poison wind mortar primarily for sieges. You don't need them in the for field battles unless you're in a really tight situation or against a lot of infantry. Just for the damage over time, air of effectability. But yeah, in this situation here where you kind of need more long range, I guess 2 makes sense. I'd probably get in a few more Plague Priests though. Maybe get rid of one of the Deathglare Bombardiers, or even one of the Poison Wind Globadiers, just because you might need a little bit more crowd control, because they have to get in a lot closer before these guys here even start shooting. Because they've got like half the range of a Rattling gun, let alone the Jezzails. Because you can have the Jezzails, what, like 300, actually let me just check this. Is it like 300 range? Yeah, 336 range. They've got more than 3 times the range. If we had the Jezzails shooting at Thorgrim, as soon as he got in range, he would have died before he gotten halfway towards us. Easily. That's what the Jezzails are there for, to snipe single entities. The Rattling guns can do it, they're just shorter range and they just go less accurate. But yeah, you know, it's good. I just don't think it's as good as the regular weapons team. But anyway, thanks for sending it in. And that's the end of this one. Let me know in the comments down below if what you think of this particular Doomstack, whether you think it's better than which is the one I usually build in. So this army here, no. This army here is my usual build out for a weapons team army. 4 Plague Claw Catapults, 4 Rattling Guns, 4 Jezzails, 1 Poison Wind Mortars, 4 Plague Priests, 2 Warlock Engineers, primarily just for the extra boost of this stuff here, and 1... You can go Warlock Engineer or a Grey Seer. Personally, I prefer to have a Grey Seer just because I really like pumping out those Vermintide so they just can't get close to us. It just gives the Jezzails and Rattling Guns more time to absolutely shred the enemy. But you can certainly use this one to get ahead and annoy enemy units, so you can go either way. Anyway, let me know what you think about the comparison between the two. I think that this army here is significantly better, personally. But if you don't have the DLC, like I said, this is still a viable option, at least against the Dwarves. I don't think it would fare very well against Empire, because they've got a lot of long-range artillery and faster units. Like, if cavalry were just charging at you, it'd be difficult to stop them, because at least the Rattling Guns, when they shoot, they suppress enemy speed. These guys don't do that. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.